The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to today's Platinum webinar with your host, Todd Walters.
Thanks, Andrea. Welcome, everyone. Happy New Year. We're right out of the chute. Here it is, January 5th. Wow, what an exciting time. 2015, by all measures that we have access to, was a really, really good year. Our best year ever on record for the people that use our program and system in terms of them making money. The overall majority made quantum leaps. As a matter of fact, a lot of you don't know this, I send an email out to the coaches. And I said, hey, we want to kind of get an update on, quantum leaps. Maybe we want to give out some awards or something like that. And it's an overwhelming. We're trying to figure out how to publish the list of successes. It's quite amazing. So we'll be talking a lot about those stories as we move through the first quarter, first part of this year. I was talking to a platinum member a little bit ago, and I said, and I encouraged him. I said, look, you need to see other people doing really well with the things that you have in your mind and ideas that you want to do, but you're not sure about them. Okay, so that's why I've thrown up on the screen here, kind of what's going on. Okay, behind the scenes, check this out. Behind the scenes, over the last few minutes, we've been running around here like crazy on this Fort Lauderdale Platinum Business Building Summit. Platinum Business Building Boot Camp that's coming up March 12th and 13th. It's full. We can't squeeze anybody else in the room. So that's getting ready to disappear from this site like it's gone. You can run and try to register right now. You probably won't be able to, but it's full. Okay, still some room in Toronto, but it's a way bigger room. But the main thing I want to encourage everybody to pay attention to right now is right here in February. Okay, so coming up in February 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Okay, we've put together a Platinum OSA workshop. Here's why. Last November, I was in San Francisco, and the room was just full. We had more people that wanted to come than we could get there. So some of you just weren't able to get in. So I said, well, we're going to do another one. So this is the fastest we could get it done, and we're doing it here in Atlanta so that it can be done that fast. Okay, that's where I am, and it will allow us to do this workshop in short order. Our good friends over at Commissions Inc. told us that we could use their training room, so they've got a facility there that will hold about 200 people. Okay, so we've got it, and that works out pretty well because on the last day, the third day, we've carved out that day, February 3rd, as a bonus day for training on CP Millionaire Agent Platform, which is powered by Commissions Inc. So it works out great. So I want to encourage all of you to get yourself, your outside sales guys there. Okay, still a little bit of room for there. I think we got room for about another 25 or 30 for that event. All right, so now everybody I know is looking forward to the Platinum Business Building Summit coming up in April. I just finished the agenda. I got it all tidied up, and it's going to be a great theme around Happy Days, so we're going to have a lot of fun with that. You remember the show Happy Days? It took place back when we were kids with the Fonz and all that. We're going to have a blast with this. Incredible, great guest speaker. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I don't want to spoil it. That is a surprise. Who's not a surprise is another guest speaker, Dave Lineker, founder of RE/MAX. So it's going to be a spectacular money-making summit, the best one we've ever put on. And you'll hear more about that. It's going to be massive on a grand scale and a great party, a great theme, great time. So the first part of this year is going to be even better than anything we've done in the past with the training, this new system, CRM that everybody's got access to here coming up here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. As we release that, we're just fine-tuning the activity plans and that sort of thing and testing it to make sure it's what we want it to be. And we're on go, man. So, which gets us into what it is that we wanted to talk about today, which was you and your plan. Okay, in our promo, we kind of said it this way: there really is only plan, and there really is only system. There really is nothing else. So if I'm asking you, if you say something like, well, I want to get more listings. I need to get more listings. Okay. What is your plan to do that? All right. I need more people. I need to hire a couple more outside sales guys. Okay. What is your plan to do that? So whatever it is that you want to do, the question is, what is your plan for doing that? Okay. So I'm going to use me as an example, right? And I'm not going, I can't show you this now, but I'm going to show it to you in April, okay? So I'm going to just monologue this for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to get into some real specifics on things that will help you get your year started really well with this whole plan and this system, okay? One of my pet peeves at my real estate company is the right hand and the left hand not knowing what's going on good enough to my satisfaction, okay? The other thing is collection of data, okay? I'm really big on database build out and collecting every piece of data you can think of. All right, now when I say that, many of you probably think data in terms of numbers. I don't care that much about the numbers. We track all the commissions and sales and all that jazz. What I'm interested in is people. I want people's names. I'm not interested in the mortgage company. I want to know who the mortgage person is on that transaction. I'm not interested in the inspection company. Who's the home inspector? I'm not interested in the cooperating brokerage. I want to know who the co-op agent is. I want to know who the buyer is buying one of our listings so that I can adopt that customer. All of these people is who buys and sells real estate, sends referrals, and makes things happen, not companies. So I want all the data, right? So everybody gets that. So what we've done is we've created a platform so that an agent, the outside sales agent, okay, or any agent at a real estate company, independent, one of my partners, that has their own team, okay, anywhere in the world, they can grab their phone and they can press a button and they can enter in the data for that new listing or new buyer, for that new, the home just went under contract all the way to the closing. See, here's how it works in most brokerages. The agent sends in paperwork or uploads it to Dotloop or something like that, and some administrator, some assistant must take that information and then input it into Lone Wolf or some other program like that you guys are familiar with, right? Okay, well, because of that, all of that data that I'm telling you I want, they don't get. Most real estate companies don't even care about it, okay? But I want it. So now we're able to get it with this new system and process. This will allow me to send instant thank you notes, congratulatory, anything I want to send to communicate with a person involved in the transaction on demand the minute that it happens, okay? And I've got a whole session set up in Anaheim to show this to you, and it's going to freak you out. It is freakishly good. I don't know if it exists. I know it doesn't exist here in Metro Atlanta. It is really good. Now, let me tell you why this came about. Because I wanted the data. So my thing was, okay, well, what's my plan to collect the data? And I said, well, my plan is to have it collected and harvested at the time of every point in the transaction, okay? And that's the time to do it. That's when the agent can do it the easiest. They're doing it electronically anyway. So what's the system for that? And we didn't have it. We had to create it. I had to build it, okay? And we did it, and it's awesome, and it will work with your contact management system, and everybody's going to give it a go. So that's an example of what's my plan to do something, okay? Now what's the system to pull it off? It's just an example for me from my perspective, okay? Now, hey, incidentally, most of you know that I sold my real estate business in 2009, got pushed to get back into the business 3.5 years ago. I did that. Had to have a real estate company that couldn't have my name in it because I sold my real estate company that had my name in it. So I had to come up with a new name. We did that, Optimus Real Estate Brokers, and it's just the brokerage. And then, of course, only thing I know is my real estate sales team. So I just found some agents in town that I believed in that I could partner with, and they could basically build out a Todd Walters team with their name, since I can't use mine because I don't have a real estate license. But that's why I'm able to work on and do these killer things I just mentioned to you, is because I don't have a real estate license. I'm not involved in the transaction selling real estate like you are. Okay? And I want to start there. Craig and I would never tell you to give up your real estate license, but we do want you to know that is the single greatest issue that keeps many of you from making quantum leaps, is that you spend your days as real estate agent. So you become engrossed and involved in your business, and you don't make time to work on it. All right, so number one at the top of your list this year is to work on your business. So let's pull a couple of things and take a look at here. I've got my screen on. We'll start with this. Okay, so you guys have seen this before. This is the 6-month checklist. We're not going to go through it. I just want to throw it up on the screen. Okay, so you're going to carve out 2 hours, not 1, not 30 minutes, but you're going to carve out 2 hours a day for the first 3 months of this year. And you're probably like, oh my God, 2 hours a day. That's a lot of time. You know, I've got to call back the leads and I've got to do this. And I'm like, I want you to do it. Make the sacrifice. Do something that you haven't done before. Do something different. And the difference is, let's carve out 2 full hours to work on your business 5 days a week. Okay? 5 days a week. Okay? So, I don't know what time. 9 to 11, 8 to 10, 7 to 9 in the morning. I don't know. But it has to be on your schedule, and that time cannot be infringed on. And you're going to use that time to work on your business. So, for example, if I'm looking at, say, this checklist here, and I want to fully implement the Platinum Referral Marketing System, many of you have it about a quarter of the way implemented, or a third of the way implemented. Okay? And here's what I mean by that. I will show you one thing right now. Look, watch really close. I'm getting ready to show you this. Okay. Here is an envelope. Okay. This is a branded envelope. Okay. There's the front, and there's the back. Okay. So it took Jazz here about, I don't know, 4 or 5 passes to get this thing right. Okay, and he did. He has a branded envelope. This goes out. This envelope's used for expireds and FSBOs. But I'm saying that you have a branded envelope for your referral marketing. That newsletter that goes out. This is a 6x9 envelope. So that newsletter that's 4 pages long, it gets folded in half. Okay, stuck in the envelope with your other stuff, your business cards and your insert and all that. Okay, and on the outside of the envelope it says your monthly homeward bound news inside. Okay? All right, so that's part of the referral marketing system. So you may think that you have it fully implemented, but I just showed you that most likely you don't, because I've got some of the envelopes from you guys here on my desk with your referral news in it, and it's not as I just described to you. Okay? It's not a branded envelope, and that's part of the system. Okay? Part of the system. So when I say fully implement, if I go back to the checklist, okay, and I just put a little highlighter on that, implement the Platinum Referral Marketing System, you might be quick to check that off. But the question I would be asking is, do you really have it fully implemented, and how do you know? How do you know? So here's how you know. You engage in the program. So for example, about 200 of you, about half of all the Platinum members, a little bit more than half of you are going to be at the Toronto boot camp. Okay? Almost the other half is going to be in Fort Lauderdale. Okay? So most of you are making it to one of the boot camps right out of the chute this year, in January and in March. Okay? That's great. That means that on the very first day, we're going to look at each one of these marketing systems that are on the checklist and business plan, and we're going to go through them. System for system, we'll make sure the I's are dotted and T's crossed, and you can see firsthand exactly what things should look like. But you already have access to these things, okay, at your fingertips. So part of your plan, number one, Carve out a couple hours a day to work on your business for the first 90 days of this year. Okay? Number 2, look at the marketing systems that you're already making money from and ask yourself this question: do I really have it fully implemented? If you're making money from it now, okay, the idea is, can we squeeze more dollars out of the same investment of dollars and time? Can we make more money from the same investment of money and time? And the answer is most likely yes. For example, this branded envelope increases response. Okay, putting your USP business card in the envelopes increases response rates. Okay, it's a little extra expense, a little extra time. Okay, but it increases response rates, has more shelf life. You can't throw everything away. All right, but anyway, just want to give you an example. I have that in front of me right now, so that's why I threw it up there. Okay. All right, so that's number 2 here for you. Again, there's only plan and there's only system. Okay, so you are working from a plan, which gets us to the next thing. All of you have this, okay, the Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Guide. And if you don't have it, let me show you this. It's on the coaching site. Okay, here's where you can get it. Okay, you go to Library, File Library. In the File Library, you click on Platinum Business Plans. Okay, in the File Library. And in Platinum Business Plans, I'll give you the ID numbers real fast here, and we'll move on here. ID 844 and 879. Okay, guide and first 6 months checklist. Okay, and you'll hear me talk a lot about this. I did about 3 or 4 consultation calls with Platinum members and their coach over the last 3 weeks. Actually, it was about 6 or 7. Okay, every one of those revealed that the member knew about the business plan and they knew about this simple first month checklist, but that was it. They just knew about it. They had partially looked at it. They assumed that they had the marketing systems fully implemented versus really knowing. Okay, so that's why I'm saying you got to get involved and engaged on it. Get these things printed out, laid across your conference room table compared to what you're doing right now, and make sure we got it going on. Okay, so that's the next thing on your list. All right, now we talk about this about the same time every year. Okay, if you have, well, you know, it doesn't matter. Whether you're solo or whether you have a big team, sometime between now and we're going to say March 1. So sometime over the next 60 days, okay? Find a place in your market area, a hotel, conference room, away from your office, so that you can go and you can spend that day away from your office with your key people, key man, and you're there for the day. You lock the freaking door and order pizza in or whatever, but you're going to work on your business, and you're going to use the business plan, okay, as your guide here. You're going to go through it. You're going to see where are we, where aren't we. Every one of you have bought a Craig Proctor Millionaire Agent System franchise prototype. That's what you've bought, okay? You have it. I was talking to a Platinum member a little bit ago. We were debating the guaranteed sell program in his marketplace, and I says, well, we can debate it if you want to, but you're paying for it. Like, you're paying for it anyway. And he's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you're paying for it. You bought a Craig Proctor Millionaire Agent franchise prototype. You bought it. You're paying for it every month. So if you look at Craig's marketing, it's your home sold, guaranteed, or I'll buy it. That was his brand. It's his USP. It's everywhere. That's what you bought. So it's only your choice not to implement it. Okay, and then that's how this works, man. You guys have bought a Millionaire Agent System franchise prototype. It's waiting for you to copy and implement. It's just up to you on doing it. So carving out this day and getting all of your key people together, in addition to you carving out a couple of hours a day to work on your business, man, it's a game changer. It's an absolute game changer. You will create for yourself a great list of things to do, what are priorities, and you will have great clarity, and you'll be able to move on that. That will make your attendance at these boot camps, the Money Making Summit, these live events that we do better for you. So instead of playing catch up, you'll be able to work from a greater position of strength in your business as its leader. Okay? All right, so everybody get that? So promise me you will do that. Okay, promise me that. All right, so we're working through our plan here for the first part of 2016. Okay, so everybody's good? All right. Number one, carve out a couple hours a day, work on your business. I think it should be done about 10 hours a week, minimum. If you want to know why I was able to go from 0 3 years ago, this real estate company didn't even exist 3.5 years ago, and in 3 calendar years, get it to $4 million in GCI, likely to be $10 million in 2016. If you want to know how that's possible, I work on the business. Okay, I work on it very efficiently. I'm not in it at any level. Okay, so that's why. So you can do the same thing. The more you spend time working on your business here, and you have a plan to follow. Okay, you have a plan to follow here. So that's the plan. So those are the big 4. Let's make sure we understand, and we'll repeat that. I'm trying to keep up with everything I'm throwing at you. Number 1, working on your business each day, 10 hours a week, 2 hours a day. Carve it out, schedule it in. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so here we are. Okay, Carol. So Carol Royce just texted me. And Carol said, hey, Todd, I'm going to carve out 2 hours a day, I promise, on my business. Well, here's how it works, man. Okay, here's my day-to-day. Okay, everybody's looking at my contact management system here with Infusionsoft. And some of you say, well, why are you using Infusionsoft, Todd? Well, I'll tell you. I've been using Infusionsoft since 2000, since the second year Infusionsoft hit the marketplace. This goes back to 2005, 2004 or 5. That's a long time that I've been using this thing. So, but I got it for you. In other words, when Craig asked me to help him grow and make this platinum program into something very, very exclusive, that I needed a contact management system, a CRM, to help me do that. So I chose Infusionsoft. Okay, so to this day I use it for my own personal business in working with you. Okay, so that's why you're looking at it. All right. The real estate company, we use Commissions Inc., CP Millionaire Agent platform that all of you guys are going to have access to. Okay, now, so all you do is you just click on New Appointment and you schedule your time in, and you do it recurring. So the reason I'm showing this to you because I want you to see this. Look right here. At 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., recurring, see them little arrows right there? Okay? It's no matter what day I click on, okay, it's there, okay? I have a lunch break that's occurring unless we physically remove it, okay? Like tomorrow, Wednesday, I removed it, okay? And the reason is because I've got Martin coming in for the day, TW for a day. So I'm having lunch with him during our time, so I removed it from the schedule for that day. But it's there forever. So you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it, right? So that was my day, okay? So everybody has a schedule. You know, mine's transparent, and there you go. You can see today, 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I'm with you guys. And that's recurring, same time every month, okay? So you can schedule it in just like I do. I work from a schedule and a list of things to do. And I expect, and Craig expects, you to run your business the same way, all right? Everybody get that? Okay, so now let's go back and let's look at our activity plans, okay, and key in and drill down on some more specific things to make this business plan and these systems work for you, okay? All right, so we talked about scheduling the time in. We talked about carving out the day, the perfect day to work on your business, and I'll give you 60 days to do it. All right, so you want to get with your coach on your next call. You want to have a conversation with them about where you are and what you should be working on this day. You're going to take this day off from working in your business, and you're going to go somewhere and work on it. Don't do it at your office. Get away and do it. Schedule the day in, make it happen. So a consultation with your coach about it. You're armed with the checklist for the first 6 months, even though some of you guys have been in this program for 10 years, okay? I can still point to things on the 6-month checklist you haven't done, okay? And the business plan, okay? So you're armed with those. And when you get to your day by yourself or with your key people at your team, this is what you're going through. You're going to spend the first part of the day deciding where you are as it relates to implementation of the business plan. Okay? And then that will lead to what systems are on the docket to tackle next. Okay? And great gains will be made as a result of you doing that. All right? All right, I see you guys got a bunch of questions. So do me a favor, type them in, or better yet, raise your hand, and we'll get your questions answered about this here momentarily after I show you just a couple of other things that I want to share with you. Okay? All right. So let's move on a little bit more. Let me make sure. I've got some other stuff I want to show you, but I'm starting to get too many windows open. Oh, check this out. This is for fun. This is the agenda for Anaheim, the Platinum Money Making Summit. I told you we were going to use, we got our theme built around Happy Days this year. A lot of fun. So check it out. The first session at 9 o'clock to 10:30 with me and Craig, how to become the Fonz of your marketplace. 9-step process for getting to the point where people do business with you because of who you are versus what you do. Okay? And I confess, it's a little easier for me to grow a real estate business without having a active real estate license than it would be maybe for many of you, because I've been at it for a long time. I'm positioned differently in my marketplace than maybe you're positioned in yours, right? In all fairness, okay? So, but I want you to get to that point where you can snap your fingers and people will show up if you need them. You have something that they want really bad, okay? So anyway, thought I would just throw that out there to you while I was had it up on my screen there. Sorry, didn't mean to get sidetracked, but I'm going to get you excited about the Money Making Summit. Those are always fun. All righty, so I want to go back to this for a minute, because this envelope reveals a lot about your business. I think that did I send you guys this? Let me throw that up on the screen here. I don't know if I sent you guys this. Let me, all right, so I'll pull that up here momentarily, but let me just walk you through this. Okay, so right now, most of you are sitting in your office in front of your computer screen. Some of you have your email up. Some of you are on the phone talking. Some of you are giving instructions to your assistant. Some of you are negotiating a deal. Some of you are doing a CMA while the webinar is going on. I know how these things work. Some of you are doing nothing but looking at your computer screen, listening to what I'm saying, writing on a notepad, feverishly working on your business. Okay, you've carved this time out to do that. And for you, that's who I'm talking to. The rest of everyone who's not paying any attention, they will miss this and continue to miss it. Okay? Up in the upper left-hand corner of this envelope tells me just about anything and everything I want to know about the Baha'i team, Jazz. Okay? It tells me exactly where his business is. It's revealing. Okay? Whereas if I look at another envelope that I have in my hand here that I can't throw up on the screen, and I'm looking at the return label from the member, okay, it tells me a lot about their business. There's no mention. There's no disclosure. There's no nothing about a unique selling proposition or performance guarantee. It just says, okay, I'll use Roberts. So I got Roberts here. It says Robert Winters, 10535 Foothill Boulevard, R. Cucamonga, California, and the return address. That's on the envelope. Okay, now, Jazz, when he first sent me the envelope that you guys were looking at, that's what his said. It had his name, it had his address. And I said, look, man, I'm going to use you. I'm going to use you to make a point. You're still looking at your business. This is what I told him. You're still looking at your business, okay, as a real estate agent. I want you to stop that. I want you to start looking at your business as a marketer, okay? And I want to know what you're about, but I want to see what you're about wherever I see you, okay? Your guaranteed sale program, your home sold or I'll buy it, Jazz, is not an offer only. It is who you are. You're known as the guy in your marketplace that will buy homes that they don't sell. You're known as the guy that will sell houses or step in and buy them. Okay? Or are you? You're only known that if you tell the story. Okay? So if on your return label you don't get your USP there, where else in your business does it not exist? Okay? So this is important. Okay, so it tells me just about everything I need to know about the agent, a return label. You've heard me say this about business cards before, haven't you? Right. Okay, now, some of you are saying, well, you know, my mail's not getting opened. Well, why would I open your mail? Some of you say that about your emails. My emails don't get up. Well, why would I open your email? See, you have to take the time out here at this time of year and work on your business instead of complaining about it every day. So taking the prescription that I'm giving you to work on your business will allow these things to happen. These holes in your marketing boat will be revealed because you will ask those questions. You won't have anything else to do. So if your emails aren't getting open, you get to say, why are my emails getting opened? So all of the issues and problems that you're having in your business, they're there, you know about them, but imagine one full day to do that and ask that simple question. Why? Okay, I don't think my mail's getting open. Well, why would people open your mail? What are you telling them to compel them to open your mail? So look at this envelope. So this member, Jazz here, same thing. I'm not so sure my mail's getting open. I said, well, okay, well, who are you mailing? Well, I'm mailing for sale by owners, expires. I'm like, okay, well, if they don't open your mail, can they see that you're different than all the other real estate agents? And the answer was no. I says, well, let's change that. If I've got a stack of mail here and I've got this, okay, envelope in the stack and other mail in my stack, at the very least I can see that Jazz here, he ain't like the other people that are mailing me stuff. It's different. Okay? Now, the next thing I can see is that he's drawn a big circle around the very thing that I want as a seller prospect. Buyers. Okay, so let's go in that direction. You do, it increases response. Okay? But not working on your business, things persist. Problems continue to persist. Lack of response, lack of open mail, lack of open envelopes, lack of business, lack of conversion. Okay, so anyway, so I think I'm making it very clear there. So Just this one envelope reveals much about this member's business. Okay, and I gotta confess, the reason the envelope looks like this because I made it a point to talk to Jazz and tell him specifically what it needed to be. All right, so let's move to the back of this thing. Okay, so there's still holes in it. Your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it. Okay, guaranteed sale program. For information on my guaranteed sale program, order a free report by visiting thebahiteam.com. Okay, now if I go, let's do it. You guys want to? He's probably on the webinar right now, getting a little freaked out. Well, we're going to do it. So give me a second. I'll pull it up. And I want to show you guys something here. BAHIA. Hopefully I spelled that right. All right. So I'm going to open my screen there so you can see it. And then I'm going to throw up the envelope here. Okay. Envelope, call to action reveals a web address to go to get the free report. Everybody see that? I go to get the free report, and I land on a page that doesn't offer me the free report. So the very thing that I wanted, I get here, and it's not here. Okay? That report is actually found on this page. So this is the page that I should be landing on, Jazz. Okay? Your offer, so you can't stop there. Now, this would be revealed if Jazz made a whole day to go work on his business and went through the business plan, because this is in the business plan. I tell you about call to actions and message to market match and benefit-rich URLs and shopping your business. It's all in the business plan. Okay? So here Jazz goes through the effort of putting all this on the envelope. That's a great job at getting his envelope branded. Let me blow that back up for you. All right? But we kind of crap out there on the thing that we want people to do the most, which is to order the free report outside of calling us, and we don't take them to the right landing page. So benefit-rich landing page, let's go with TBT, homesellreport.com. Try that one and land them on that page. Okay, and you'll be way better off. You can land them on your less branded page as well. Okay, I haven't called the free recorded information line. Okay, but anyway, some other things that are missing here might be your credentials, Jazz. Okay, real estate company name. Okay, other things that are necessary, you know, for full disclosure. Okay, but what I like about it is that he went and did it. I told him this is what the envelope needs to look like, this is what it needs to, and he went and did it, okay, and gets it out there. And then he will perfect it as he moves along. It doesn't have to be perfect when it hits the street. But if you fail to work on your business every day, every month, every year, this is what happens. Issues, problems persist, and you don't squeeze out all the dollars that you possibly can get from your real estate business. Okay? So anyway, I thought that would be very revealing and helpful to many of you. So I know we've got some questions brewing. Andrea, don't we got a few questions there?
We have several questions and several hands raised, so whoever you want to start first, let me know.
We probably should get to that right now, since I've been monologuing this thing a lot about how to work on business, getting it scheduled in, using the plan and the checklist to do that, what that needs to look like, and using some examples here. So I've covered just about everything on my checklist here, so we better get to some questions before I move on to something else.
Okay, our first hand raised, John Brackett, your line is open. John?
Hello? Yeah, hi, can you hear me? Hello?
Hey, John. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Todd, how you doing? You know what, I sent an email with this question as well, so I'm just going to read it from the email. My question was, you suggested to meet with key team members once per week, or was it once per month away from the office? Can you clarify that, please? I mean, I understand the value of that, but what was your suggestion? Was it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, let's and I, you know, and I'm sorry about that. So what I meant is that you should be working on your business every day. So my suggestion was, let's do something different this year. Let's carve out a couple of hours a day for the first quarter of the year. So for the first 3 months, the first 90 days, let's do that. Let's go 10 hours a week. Let's just get it scheduled in and do it. And this is you working on your business. And you're going to be using the checklist and the plan. It's going to reveal things, and you're going to be able to give direction to people. A lot of that time will be spent shopping your own stuff, just looking at your own stuff and seeing where the holes are. And when you start doing it, you know, like I just did with the envelope there,
Sure.
Just reading that says, okay, I can get a free report, and I go there, and it's not there. So if Jazz took the time to work on his business and just read his own marketing stuff and did what he's telling the prospect to do, it reveals holes. So that's an example that you would do here a couple hours a day. Now, sometime over the next 90 days, yes, you should get with your key person or key people, and you should leave your office, okay, or show up somewhere else for a full day, hotel room, conference room, and or conference room at a hotel or something like that, and work on your business with your key people for a full day, right? And I think this is something that you do a couple of times a year.
Got it. So the key people meeting is really a quarterly event.
It can be quarterly, but I think you should do it a couple times a year.
Okay. I got it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'll give you an example. Let me, now that you mention it, let me throw something up on my screen here that I don't think I did. Yeah, check it out. Okay, so here is my day timer for today. Okay, you can probably see that if you're looking at your screen. And you'll see right here at 9 o'clock, you can see it's recurring from 9 to 10. It actually happens at 9:09. So at 9:09, okay, on this same day every week, I meet with the key people at the real estate company. Right? So I spent a good bit of the break working on that sales processing system I mentioned to you, and what should happen as a result of some of these things. I got it all written down. I went through that today with all the guys at the company, and they told me kind of how things were working and where some of the holes were, and we worked on the business. Okay? It happens the same day, same time every week, and it's scheduled in, all right, on my schedule. And if it wasn't there, I can guarantee you that something else would get put in its place.
Sure.
Yeah, just like your business. So anyway, as an example. But anyway, thanks for allowing me to clarify that.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying. Appreciate it.
Yeah, all right. Hey, Andrew, before you go to the next question, let me throw this up on the screen. I think that I sent this to everyone, you know, in the Platinum members, but some of you guys that are using branded envelopes, okay, and you're trying to figure out what kind of message to put on the front of your envelope in context with what it is that you're sending, I actually created a list of those messages. Okay, so here they are. So if it's Platinum follow-up to seller prospects, same color envelope, important information about the sale of your home inside. So in other words, somebody orders a free report from you. Okay, so you're trying to figure out a crafty message to put on the front so they open the envelope. There you go. Or you're following up with the seller prospects that you've generated. They're getting those cover letters with the day and kidney materials attached. Okay, that works. Expireds, FSBOs, direct mail, there you go. List of buyers for your home inside. Updated list of buyers for your home inside. Letter, check this one out. Letter from former neighbor inside. You think they'll open that one? Absolutely. Here's the fulfillment. So somebody does order a free report. 11 costing home inspection traps. Your requested special report inside. Okay, referral, past client, recruiting. Okay, you can craft the message. It's just like the subject line on your emails to force people to open them up. All right, wanted to throw that out there. I'll try to get everybody a copy of that because I thought I sent it. Maybe I did. So anyway, let's go to the next question here.
Our next question comes from Carol Royce. Your line is now open. Carol? Does not sound like Carol has a working mic. She did type her question. Hold on one moment while I pull it up. What is the envelope used for? Canceled, expired, or homeward bound, or everything?
So she's asking about specifically about these envelopes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, after you generate leads, I would think that you're going to brand them. So I'm thinking everything goes out that way. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you test things. So if it's somebody who's expecting something from me, I would absolutely be sending stuff in my branded envelope and telling them what's inside. If they're not expecting something from me, I got to test it. I would split test it. So what would be a good example? FSBOs, expireds. So if you're direct mailing to 4 sub-members and expireds, you probably split test. Split test branded, split test less branded envelopes, and see which group of you get the highest response from. You know, and the only thing different is the envelope. That's how you would do that. So anyway, good question.
Okay, Vic raised his hand and he also typed in about the envelope, so I'm going to open Vic's line to see if he wants clarification. Vic McCarrion, you're open.
Yeah, thank you very much, Todd. It was the same question. So about the envelope, are we going to use it for expired? And you just answered the question too. You said you tested. So you think we should use the USP that the envelope had and both sides with like a business card type and the other side and see how it's going to work, test it against, because all I was doing right now is non-branded. So I'm going to try to test branded, I guess.
Absolutely, dude. Look, you've heard Craig and me say many times, you generate the leads, and then whether you generated them by some branded mechanism, marketing, or some less branded system, you have the lead now. So obviously you're going to try to pre-sell the prospect on doing business with you after you generate the lead. So if you're mailing them something, whether it's fulfillment of what they requested, like a free report, or you're direct mailing 4 sub-mailers and expired, you already have these leads. You already have their information. You have it. So it only makes sense that you would brand them. That's what you do after you generate the leads. You brand them on you, doing business with you. Why should they do business with you over and above anybody else, any other option? So the envelope is an obvious place that this is done. And here's what I like about this, Vic. This is what's amazing. I want everybody to, let's sidestep this for a minute. We are talking about the mail. We're not talking about email. We're not talking about texting. We're not talking about online anything. We're talking about mail when we have this conversation. I like that. Let me tell you why I like that. I would bet my Hummer in the parking lot, Vic, that there's not a single other program going on right now today that is talking about the mail. They're talking about that other stuff that everybody does, that everybody's engaged in. And but you and I both know that our best, highest quality leads is leveraging mailboxes and getting people to call you and say, hey, Vic, I want to talk to you about listing my house. And that's primarily done with mail. So I like mail. That's why I like information lines over the online, like landing pages. We get higher quality leads. We get the mail to them directly. They're forced to give us their address. So you just want to think, and I'm talking not just to you, Vic, but everybody, you really want to think differently than the majority do. And so that's why I like this conversation. And I didn't realize we were even going to have it. I was just using the envelope as an example to make a point, and then we get into a conversation about mail. So interesting. Anyway, Vic, congratulations on a great year there, man. 2015, $1 million in gross commission income. Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Thank you. Thanks for all your help.
Okay. Yep. Go have a great day, man.
Our next question from Barry. Please tell us the difference between a Platinum Regional Bootcamp, a Platinum OSA workshop, and a Platinum Conference.
Okay. And that's a legitimate question. So I appreciate asking it. Oh, check it out. Holy crap. Look at this, Andrea. So I go back to the schedule and click on events in March 12th through 13th. Check it out. Registration closed in Fort Lauderdale. Just like that. So that's amazing. So sorry if you guys missed out on that. You have to get to Toronto. I hear it's rather warm in Toronto today. Somebody told me 20 below. I'm very much looking forward to getting off the plane in Toronto next weekend. But anyway, the differences. Okay, you can look at the agendas and it can tell you, but here's some obvious examples. Okay, so if we look here, February, March, April. What are the differences between workshop, boot camp, conference? Okay, workshop. I guess it was about 11, 12 years ago. I'm having a call with Craig Proctor, and I say, Craig, I got to go. I got my whole team in the conference room, and I'm getting ready to start my workshop. He's like, what's that? And I said, well, at the end of every month, I train my team for 3 days. Okay? All of the new agents who join my team must be there. All the guys that have been with me for a while, they just got to come back once a quarter. But I do it the last 3 days of every month for 8 hours a day. Okay? And he's like, well, since you're doing that for your team, why don't you do that for all the Platinum guys? And I was like, that's a great idea. Okay, well, it was easier to do back then because we didn't have quite as many Platinum members. A little more difficult now because when we do a Platinum OSA workshop, we need a room for about 400 people because you and your OSAs, you come and I spend 2 full days with you just like you just joined my team. So everything I want you to know to sell more homes and make more money as a member of my for sale team, that's what I do at these workshops. I pretend that you and I are together now, and here's what we're going to go do to make more money. And it primarily deals with conversion of prospects and leveraging the prospects to get more. Okay? Talk a little bit about marketing, but only in the sense of carrying on the direct response side of things. Let me explain it to you. If you generate a lead that's not expecting your call, they wanted a free report or free list of homes, you call the lead up, and you have the follow-up script that you use, right? And you make an offer to them on the phone for getting access to houses, okay, your home hunter service, or a market evaluation if it's a seller, right? Okay, so when you go meet with them face-to-face, you have to continue the stepping into the direction of closing them on listing, okay? It's a process. So that's what we spend our time at the workshop doing, learning the process of how everything works in this millionaire agent system, okay? So it's for outside sales, it's for the salespeople on the team. So you send me your OSAs, I train them for you at these workshops, right? I don't know when the next one will be this year yet, okay? Boot camps, okay? So just like we're having this conversation today about the envelope, I learned some time ago that, man, if I could just get face-to-face with members for 2 full days, I can show them exactly how everything should look, how the marketing system for expireds and direct, FSBOs using the direct mail marketing system, exactly what that looks like. And what it should do and how often it should go out. The Platinum referral marketing system, I can show you the materials, exactly what should be, how to do it. So that's what the boot camps are. The first day is all about getting listings, and then the second day is all about growing your real estate sales team. Okay? That's all we do at those boot camps. So it's only for team leaders and a key man if you have one. That's it. And it's only about those things. The conferences are way different. That is the opportunity to get together as a massive mastermind, have a great time. We do that, I grant it. Networking, and hearing from the other people in our program that are doing really, really, really well, showing you, presenting to you how they're doing well at it. In other words, from their words, from the member perspective. For example, Jim Betrell gets up there, does a session on exactly how he's tracking and reporting all of the sales activity for his inside sales and his outside sales. Okay? So that's what the conferences are and are all about. And it's all based on member surveys. So the things that throughout the year that you want the most or need the most help with, we create conferences around those. And that's what happens. So I like the conference coming up in here in Anaheim in April. The Platinum Money Making Summit that we do every spring is a result of you guys saying, this is what we want to work on. This is what we need help with. Okay? So that's the difference between the three. Hopefully I did a good job of explaining that. Probably should record that and put that on the coaching site somewhere. All right, next question, Andrea.
Okay, this is from Lisa. I have a partner and we operate on a 50-50 basis, although we have different roles. I'm wondering if my partner should also schedule 2 hours a day to work with me on the business, or is it better for me to take the lead and act as a team leader?
That's definitely a conversation that should be had with your partner. Like, the fact that you're asking the question reveals that there could possibly be some conflict and tension. So here's how it works with partnerships. You have to establish the roles. I understand that partners split the profit. Okay, great. But what are the roles? How do we generate profit? What's my job? What's the other person's job? What's my job? What's partner's job? What are these jobs? What are the roles? Okay, and that has to be well defined and well thought out. And yes, I would absolutely expect that partners get together and work on the business, have that scheduled time in there, and are on the same page. Because if you don't do that, there begins to develop some problems. Here's what I mean. Craig would consider me to be a partner in the Platinum program. Okay, he would consider me to be that. Okay, but there have been times where I have gotten big ideas, I thought were big ideas, and I've gone off and done them without telling Craig, without having a conversation about it, or consult, or anything, planning or anything. I just went and I said, oh, this would be great, and I go into it, and it turns out not to be so good. All right? And then Craig's like, well, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I thought this would be good. He goes, well, we should talk about this. We should, because I could have done, and it turns out that if we would have had a conversation about it like we should have, it could have even been better. Okay? Or it would have worked out differently and even better. So that's an obvious example, but it exists on all levels of all businesses. Key people should get together and work on the business. Right? But partners need to be well defined out. Hey, a side note on that is the exit strategy. What happens if it doesn't work out? Okay, what's written down? What are the rules if it doesn't work out? One person wants out, another person's pissed off. What's your resolution for those things? That should be part of every partnership. It's painful to put together when you're putting partnerships together because everybody's gung-ho and you want to trust the other person. Dude, I'm just telling you, things are going to change, people. Stuff happens. Got to have that written out. Okay, we got time for one more question, Andrea.
Okay, this is from Barry. I am considering getting a business phone number, probably a vanity number like 301-933-3333. This looks towards opening my own office. I am currently a RE/MAX agent. Is this a good idea?
Sure. I would think anything that people can remember. But that's not a vanity number. Vanity number would be like, it would actually have, 1-800-CARS for kids. For example, I heard on the radio just a little bit ago. So that would be a vanity number where it spells out like a vanity license plate, but actually, maybe has your name on the license plate versus just numbers. So, but yeah, I would think any number that you can get that is easy for people to remember, that's a benefit. So go for it. All right. Okay, well, good. That's good. That's a lot of stuff. I didn't expect to get into some of those other things. I wanted to take the opportunity in a very busy week. This is the busiest week of the year for many of you. First week after the holidays, coming back, working on your business, trying to get organized. You feel unorganized. You got a lot going on. We're throwing stuff at you with webinars and conferences and things like that. People are now starting to call, show back up to work. I get it, man. I get it. So, but I wanted to frame it for you on how you need to go about working on your business as the year begins to unfold. And I think we did a good job of that. And then I threw in some other goodies along the way. All right, so next Tuesday, we've got our Platinum Lead Conversion webinar. So get anybody on your team responsible for converting the leads need to be on this webinar because we're going to drill down on calling back these leads that you're getting from Commissions Inc. and your other sources like that, and how to do a better job of converting those to face-to-face appointments. Okay? All right. Looking forward to seeing most of you next weekend in Toronto at the Platinum Business Building Boot Camp. Some of you down in Atlanta at the workshop, and some of you down in Fort Lauderdale. And I'll see everybody in April in Anaheim. So a lot to do between now and then. Congratulations on another fantastic 2015. Let's go make 2016 even better. Andrea, thanks for all your help. Happy New Year. And we'll talk to everybody soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Have a wonderful afternoon.